court, I think really helped me impact my game.
Harrison, I'm Adam. It's good to meet you.
Yes, sir. Nice to meet you, too.
Unfortunately, you see my face a lot around here, so it was not too bad. In need of a shave badly with football season going on.
We keep him in his place, though.
Yeah, I'm trying to get there right now.
Dude,
I'm trying.
We keep him humble.
It's bad. We're writing football previews this morning, coming over here for basketball. You know,
yes, sir. Because Walker's back. It was big.
It was a little hectic yesterday.
Yeah, I bet. I know. You know it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you had knowledge of UNC obviously before you got here. You've been on recruiting visits, you know, Coach Williams, Coach Davis. Like, how would you say things maybe are different, or what have you discovered maybe new about this place since you've been here, living here, and going to school here that you might not have known on your recruiting visits a couple of years ago?
For me, the first thing is the family aspect. Like, I just keep harping on that. I just feel like everything's a big family, from our trainers to our managers to the former players to the former coaches. Like, Coach Williams is always back over here. The former players are always coming back. Tyler Hansborough is working out here every day. Kenny Williams is here the whole summer. Luke May, like, everyone was just coming back. And at the school I never saw any of the former players, so I didn't know what that was like. And the second thing is just how big basketball is here. Like, one of my best friends from home, she goes here and she was trying to tell me how it is, but like being here is a lot different. You're like a celebrity on campus. Everyone knows what they're talking about when it comes to basketball.
And plus, you're like, I play college basketball. I know what you mean, but you still were taking them back.
Yeah, it's different. Like wearing a UNC basketball shirt is a lot different. Someone seeing that versus like any other school on the sport. Maybe like Duke, Kentucky are the same as that, but like UNC basketball is like golden. You know what I mean?
Blue Bloods.
Yes, sir. Blue Bloods.
So did Roy grab you and say we finally got you? I'm sure Roy was
Roy's
like giving you the business, I'm sure, right?
When I first saw him, it was something like that. Because actually, fun fact, whatever I did, I tried to call him to tell him when I was in high school I wasn't coming, and he didn't even answer. We didn't talk since then until the day I got here. So it was pretty funny, visiting that conversation and seeing him again.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
He's hilarious.
Yes, sir. He's a great dude.
I know it's early October, but when Hubert starts getting into the teaching points and everything, is that similar to Coach Hass out at Stanford? I mean, they obviously learned under sort of the same tree. What are the similarities and differences there, maybe?
Definitely. I mean, the practice plan looks exactly like they did at Stanford. I see the similarities, but also see the differences. Coach Davis, he's really, really passionate. He's on the court. We're playing defense, he's right there, almost in a stand, sliding with us.
Yeah.
And he's so into it. I love how he knows. I feel like he has the perfect get on us versus hype us up and give us confidence. I feel like I've never been this confident in my game.
Okay.
In my game, and I can't even remember the last time I was this confident in my game.
Are the inbound plays the same? I've heard that the inbound plays are pretty much the same.
No comment.
No comment.
No comment.
That means they are.
No comment. No comment.
You can use those in Bahamas if you play.
I've been waiting to ask you this question. I'm curious what your thoughts were when Stanford joins the ACC.
Oh, dear God.
So you're all the way out there, and now you're going to maybe play a conference game.
I was like, I couldn't imagine going back there. I mean, it'd be fun to see how my friends get, but that'd be crazy to go back there.
It just doesn't. It's kind of wild, isn't it?
It's so far. I didn't really understand it, but I mean, if they think this is the best for them, this is the best for them.
So this team has a lot of old guys, a lot of older guys. 5 players on the roster were captains last year somewhere, excluding you. You weren't a captain, right?
I was not.
But you kind of had a captain's role, you had a lot of responsibility. Yeah. So what is it like having that many guys who have been captains who are legitimate OGs on the roster? I
think it's great. I mean, being on the court, everyone knows. If he's yelling at me, I can yell at him the same thing. We know it's just all about the game. I mean, Cormac yells at me, Armando yells at me, I yell at them, RJ, same thing. And it's knowing that everyone knows from experience. It's not like they're just saying something because they think they know everything. They know from experience, from big-time games they've been in, big-time atmospheres, big-time arenas, what they're talking about.
As far as this style goes, I was talking to RJ, and he said he thinks that the change that was made on the roster kind of fits Hubert's vision more. You weren't here before, but kind of what is your take on the vision on how Hubert wants to play and the composition of the roster?
Right, I can't really speak on last year. I didn't really watch.
Yeah.
I watched film when I was deciding to come here.
They had trouble with that last year.
Right. I think the ball movement. I think everyone's going to see that this year everyone's moving the ball. We don't really take bad shots. And in general, we have so much more fun on the court. We're having fun. We're generally having fun. We're ride or dies with each other. And we're all generally best friends.
From what I can tell, it looks like there's a lot of guys with court vision out there. And part of that is you, Cormac, RJ, you have guys out there that have had the ball in end-of-clock situations a lot. So you got to be able to handle, you got to be able to see, and you got to be able to score. What's it like playing with a bunch of guys that have those skills?
I love it. I mean, I love it. I mean, I'm out here, I'm getting catch and shoot threes. Like, I'm sitting in the corner sometimes. I just get a catch and shoot three from RJ or from Elliott or from Cormac or from Armando, from anybody on the court. I just feel like the game is so much easier when you play with great players like that.
Okay, I don't know how much you're aware of the hype that Elliott had coming in here. I'm sure you got a fair understanding of it. RJ says he totally matches the hype. Does he match the hype?
Yeah, he's tough. He's good.
And RJ's having to play a little bit more too, playing off of him. So are they interchanging a lot, or are you just seeing RJ being able to square up and just knock down shots?
I mean, it's everything from RJ. I feel like the thing that sets him apart is his shooting, though. Obviously, he can score. Every time he shoots the ball, he's the one person that every time he shoots it, I feel like it's going in. No matter what he shoots, step back, fade away, two people on him, I feel like it's going in. I feel like RJ's really gotten involved. Like, he gets everybody involved. I never feel like last year, I know that everyone was saying, like, oh, people take a lot of bad shots, quote unquote. I personally haven't seen that.
Would you say that your expectations are different, or do you have different expectations and goals this season maybe from, this time last year or the year before that for your game and the team as a whole?
I mean, for sure, I want to win a national championship. That's my goal, one and only, locked in to that, really, national championship.
You're talking about, like, maybe the status of a UNC basketball player being a little different. Like, give us like a welcome to Chapel Hill moment when you were like, damn, like, something happened or somebody said something or whatever, where you're like, okay, all right, this is different.
Okay, well, first of all, the only thing I would say is everything you think it's like, it's like that. Like, times it by 5, it's like that. My first day here, we go to Chick-fil-A, and like the workers knew who we were. This is my first day. I just got here. Right? The workers knew who we were. They gave us food, asked us for pictures. It was crazy.
This on campus, like
no, this was we were. I don't know where we were. I don't even know where we were.
It could have been in Durham, Chapel Hill, right?
It wasn't in Durham, or it was like Carborough.
Okay, Carborough.
Carborough. Yeah.
So you're off campus, though.
We were all way off campus.
Did you ever
they knew us, and I was like, I don't know what's going on.
Did you ever have any of those moments at Palo Alto or cruising San Jose or something?
Not once.
Cruising the streets of San Jose.
I wish.
Not many people do that, I guess.
What has
I need to. Go ahead.
Okay, what has living in Chapel Hill kind of been like? How have you kind of gotten involved in the community of Chapel Hill?
I mean, I actually knew some people out here before I got here. Like, one of my best friends from home, she goes here. I've noticed since like kindergarten, so I met a bunch of her friends. And then like where I live, just meeting people who live next to me. But yeah, I mean, I mostly hang out with the team. I just be in the gym trying to get better.
Harrison, how do you see the role definition? Again, I know it's a process. I know it's October 6th or whatever it is. And you got only four guys over from last year and 7 new pieces. And just how do you see like the pieces fitting and the puzzle coming together and the role definition, just that whole process of things that you have to do to assemble a team?
Right. I feel like with a new team like us, it's always ongoing. It's like an ongoing puzzle that Coach Davis would know more about that than us. I feel like he's done a great job letting people know what they can and can't do, but he does it in a way of showing confidence, giving confidence. I don't know how to explain that.
What's expected?
Like, for example, like a guy like Cormac or Paxton or RJ, who are really, really good shooters. They know that he wants him to shoot the ball no matter what. Like, shoot threes, you get it up. If you can get off, you get it up. And a guy like me, he's kind of telling me, like, to just be aggressive, really. Yeah. Be more aggressive, scoring the ball, and that my job on this team is to make the score go up, is what they say.
All right, I asked Paxton, and you ask all the new guys. Give me a scouting report of you.
Yes, sir.
Great talking to you. Sorry to interrupt you.
It's all right.
A scouting report of me?
You're going to see us all the time.
Yeah, I told him to get ready. I'm sorry.
I said, how would I stop myself?
Just scouting. If you're a coach, let's say you're an assistant in the Duke office, and they're game planning to stop Harrison. How do they stop you? What is your scouting report?
Ooh.
And are you a different player than we saw at Stanford?
I am.
I guess that's a more important question. Tell us how you're different than what we saw at
My shooting
Stanford.
has gotten way, way better. I've been working on that all summer. I got a little shooting. I worked out with Steph Curry trainer Brandon Payne all summer. So the shooting, I think, is one thing that people are gonna be surprised of how. And I'm really getting easier shots than I got at Stanford. Like at Stanford, more of my threes were off the dribble. Now I'm taking more just catch and shoot. I mean, I don't really need to take off the dribble threes.
Well, that goes back to what we were saying a second ago, because you've got a lot more guys with vision out there, so you're probably going to get more catch and shoot opportunities.
Catch and shoot, I cut, get layups. Yeah. I'm just getting like shots that I never thought I would get. So to me, it's always been an adjustment playing with these guys too, because I'm trying to learn how to cut off the ball, move off the ball, knock the open shots, set screens. I mean, come off screen. I'm just learning how to play.
Is there more baseline in your game that we saw at Stanford?
What do you mean by baseline?
Playing the baseline. Like you're just talking about cutting. Some guys don't use the baseline well. Some guys are really good at using the baseline because they can't be defended on the out of bounds side of the baseline. Some guys just have a natural skill.
Definitely more in the corner. I mean, they kind of have me all around. I couldn't really tell you where because I play the 3 and the 4. So I'm up on top of the key. I'm in the corner.
Yeah.
I'm in the post. I have the ball in my hands. If I catch out the rebound, I can push it. I'm doing a little bit of everything.
Cool. Thanks. Appreciate it.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much.